Hi guys, here is a tour of all of the lifts at Wellington Regional Hospital. So quite a few of the lifts here are color coded, and the ones that aren't color coded on the map, I have made black squares for. Each time we approach a lift, you will see a blue circle pop up around it, which will indicate what lift we're at. So anyway, we're gonna start the lift tour in the main hospital building, which is a modern building that was completed in around 2007, and we're gonna start by going into the orange lifts, which are some Schindler 2500 machine room driven traction lifts. These lifts are the main lifts in the main hospital building, and they have open access to all floors.
These are the orange lifts at Wellington Hospital. They are Schindler 2500s. They're not MRL though, they're machine room driven according to Alex. So, yeah. I think it's going to be that one over there on the right. We're on level 3. Oh no, that one's gone to 4. Oh, it's this one here. I'm going up.
Yeah, I'm going down. Oh, mind you, it'll go up and down.
Sorry.
It'll go up and
What floor do you want?
2.
Going down?
Yes.
Oh. Sorry. Door controls don't seem to be working. Huh. There it is. 2,000 kgs or 26 persons.
Lift stopping level 2.
I'm going down.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Which floor are you all going to?
Just down to... Yeah, 1? Yeah.
Yep.
Lift stopping level 1.
So yeah, we can have a look at the cab now that we've got the lift to ourselves. It's quite basic. So yeah, here we are back at level 2. That's it.
Right, so now to the next set of lifts, which are the green lifts, and these are more Schindler 2500s. I'm not sure whether these are MRL traction or whether they are machine room driven lifts. Anyway, they go from floors 1 to 7, but floors 4 to 7 are locked off, and the reason being is because the lifts open up inside the wards, and the hospital staff do not like people using the lifts to gain access into the wards. They want you to go past reception first. So basically it's for security purposes.
Can I go up there?
Did they all sit through
These are the green lifts at Wellington Hospital. They are Schindler 2500 MRLs.
Lift stopping level 1.
So all floors above 3, as you can see, are locked. Capacity 2,000 kgs or 26 persons. installed 2007.
Stopping level 3.
Yeah, and here we are back at level 3. Take it for one more ride to 1.
Lift stopping level 1.
I don't know why this is. I think maybe these buttons are broken because it says please use buttons on other side. But yeah.
Lift stopping level 3.
Yep, here we are back at level 3. There it goes. That's it.
Alright, so before we carry on with the rest of the lifts in the main hospital building, we're now going to head over the link bridge on level 3 to the new Te Waionui Children's Hospital, which opened last year. And this building, it's got a set of 3 Schindler 5500 MRL lifts, I think. And what's interesting is that all 3 lifts have got different colour cabs, and there's one lift which has got a rear set of doors to level 2 for after hour access only. We could only take them between levels 2 and 3 though, as the 4th floor is still under construction, so hence the reason why the old children's hospital is still open, but we'll come on to the old children's hospital a bit later on. Anyway, let's ride the lifts in the new Te Waionui Children's Hospital.
These are the new children's hospital lifts at Wellington Hospital. They are Schindlers with black linear. I think these may be 2500 or possibly, I think these may be maybe 5500s or possibly 2400s or 2600s maybe. I honestly don't know. If anyone knows, please leave me a comment. Okay, we can't go to floor 4 yet. 2500 kgs or 33 persons. Nice big lifts, I must say. They've got a very nice interior too. So yeah, here we are back at level 3. There it goes. And that's it.
Alright, so now we're going to head back into the main hospital building and go to the silver lifts. And these lifts are staff only and locked off. Now what's interesting about these lifts is the 2 lifts on the left have got just the regular centre open doors, but the 2 lifts on the right are bigger and have got centre open 2-speed doors. And again, these are more Schindler 2500 traction lifts. Stupidly, when I went, I forgot to get my own photos, but helpfully enough, Alex Ellis supplied me with some photos of them. Right, so moving on from the silver lifts, we now head to our final set of lifts in the modern hospital building, which are the red lifts, and these are some more Schindler 2500 grid lifts. I think these ones might be MRL, but I'm not 100% sure. They could always be machine room traction, but anyway, unlike the orange and green lifts, these lifts only go from floors 1 to 4. So let's ride them.
These are the red lifts at Wellington Hospital. Again they are Schindler 2500 MRLs. 2000 kgs, 26 persons. Take a look at the cab. It's got a rather basic interior, but this is a hospital though, so I suppose with this being a hospital, they're probably more looking for functionality than they are style. Now we'll just go to level 3 to gain access into the rest of the hospital. That definitely does sound like an MRL. This definitely does sound like an MRL, judging by the brake clunk. There we are at level 3. that's it.
Okay, so now we're going to leave the main hospital building and go into the old 60s and 70s buildings of Wellington Hospital. So we're going to start off today in the Clinical Services Building, or CSB building, and we're going to start first by going and having a look at the CSB building service lifts, and these lifts are some Otis lifts from the late 60s, early 70s, which have been modernised by Otis. But despite being modernised, they have, unlike the purple lifts, they have still got their original floor indicators, and these lifts also serve floor 13 as well. Again, I didn't manage to get my own pictures when I came here, but again, courtesy to Alex Ellis for these photos. Right, so now we head over to the purple lifts. Now, many of you guys will know that the purple lifts, they used to be some 1960s Otis lifts that got modernised in the 1990s by Otis with new buttons and new floor indicators. However, though, these lifts are now currently in the process of being replaced with Schindler 7000s. So originally the two lifts on the left had just one set of doors and were just normal lifts, and the lifts on the right had rear doors. But what's interesting is the new Schindler 7000s have not got any rear doors, which is a clear giveaway that they are not being used anymore. So yeah, we'll start first of all with some video footage I shot from my last lift tour here in 2017 of the lifts before they were replaced.
These are the purple lifts at Wellington Hospital. You wait. Oh, this one's going to 2. It's going to 2. That stuff on. So we're going to have to wait for one that's going up. These are the purple lifts at Wellington Hospital. Can you wait? Can you wait here while I ride them? I'm just going to 12.
Want me to wait here?
Yep. These are the purple lifts at Wellington Hospital. They're 70s Otis lifts that go to the 70s Otis lifts, and they're modernised by Otis in the 1990s. This one I've got here is the right. This one here is the left-hand one, which doesn't stop at all. Which doesn't stop at what's the name? Give it 3. There's the telephone. Basic interior, but it's still nice. Tell you what, when we're down here, we'll press the button, send it to 7, see if there's a right hand lift available. I'm just going to see if there's a right hand lift available. If it brings that one back, then I won't bother. I wonder which one is it going to... If it brings, it may bring one of the left ones. Yeah, I think it has. Yeah, it has. So, that's it.
And now let's take a look at the brand new Schindler 7000s. One thing I did forget to mention is that most, if not all, of the old lifts in the 60s and 70s buildings at Wellington Hospital are being replaced over the next 5 years or so with brand new Schindlers. So yeah, anyway, let's ride the new Schindler 7000s.
The purple lifts. So here, so these are the purple lifts. So here you can see where lifts B1 and B2 are in the middle of being replaced. And the two new lifts are now ready for service, which are Schindler 7000s. So it's actually just opened this year, which have only just entered service this year. Looks like we've got the one on the right. Where are you going?
I don't know, I hope it's gone. I think I'm going to 2.
Oh, I was going up.
Oh, it's going up.
Looks like we'll be riding down to 2 then.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, good. That's a bit weird. So this is lift B4 that we're in. It's a Schindler 7000 which was installed just this year. 1800 kgs or 24 persons.
That's from here already.
I quite like this floor indicator. It's quite a cool design actually. Shaft lights are on, you can see up the shaft. Holy heck, you can even see all the way down the shaft too. Right, let's go. Oh great, we're stopping. Doesn't appear to be anyone waiting for it. So these lifts are brand new. Yeah, I'm pleased to finally be able to go and take a ride in them. Yeah, Alex has been teasing these for months on his social. Here we are down at level 2. So again we've got a rather basic interior as you can see, but yep. Going up? Yep, fine. Even though these buttons, even though the green looks quite bright on video, it's actually really dim in real life.
Oh yeah.
I'm just filming the lift, that's what I do for a hobby. Yep. So then, up we go. Another camp view. Right, so here we are up at the 12th floor. Here we are up at the 12th floor. Here you can see where the other 2 lifts are. Might just be up, I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it looks like over the fencing. Temporary lift call button, as you can see. Look at the beautiful view out there. And oh, the lift's gone. That wasn't long to wait at all. Look at that, you can see into the shaft of the other lift. Again, you can see down the shaft. Now we'll just go back to level 3. Now this time we've got lift B3, which is pretty much the same as the other one, just the opposite configuration. So, even though these are new lifts, they have still got the original shaft doors. Oh, great, we're stopping again. Going down?
Yeah.
3?
2 please.
Even though these are new lifts, they have still got the original shaft doors, but they've just been refurbished by a panel beater. Oh, we're stopping again. Down?
Yep.
2 or 3? I quite like this new floor indicator though, it's quite cool. Quite cool actually. Actually come across that before. Oh great, we're stopping again! Down? Well then, here we are back at 3.
Look at that.
And there it goes. And that's it.
Right, so now we're going to head into the old children's hospital, which is just off from where the purple lifts are. And now the old children's hospital will be closing, but the building is going to be retained though. I think what will happen is the building will probably get heavily stripped and renovated and repurposed and used for something else. So I imagine the lift in there will probably get replaced at some point. But anyway, the lift in there is a 1970s Otis Lexan hydraulic lift, which apart from a cab refurbishment is still pretty much original.
This here is a last chance to see as the new children's hospital has just opened yesterday. Old Otis Lexan hydraulic lift. Here it is. I reckon. Oh, no, here it is. So, maintained by Schindler, 904 kgs, 28 persons. So, don't think that floor indicator doesn't work, I think. Get a look at the interior. It's been refurbished to make it nice and colourful. I definitely think that even though this building isn't being demolished, I'd say this lift's days are definitely numbered. We see there's the bell work out here. Nope. Go back to 3, which has been replaced with a G. Oh, that's screwed shut. That would normally be where the bone is. Unfortunately though, this lift does have a lot of problems, and it has done for many years. I imagine this lift is probably going to get replaced at some point. Even though this building isn't being demolished, it's apparently going to be stripped, so I imagine this lift will be replaced at some point. Oh my god, that undersunk and then came back up. So, no matter what one you go on, it lights up the down arrow, as you can see. So, yeah. There it goes. And that's the 70s Otis Lexan hydraulic lift in the Children's Hospital at Wellington Hospital.
Now, the next lift on our tour, it would be the lift in the University of Otago block, and these lifts are either old Express or old Otis lifts that have been modernised by Kone with Kone Delta fixtures. But annoyingly, this building has been closed due to it being declared an earthquake risk, and I never filmed or photographed the lifts in here. Anyway, so now we move on into the ward support block, and we'll start first off with the ward support block service lifts, and these lifts are some 1970s Otis Lexan traction lifts, and they look like they're a set of 3 lifts, but they're not. They each run on individual controllers, and the lift on the left serves 2 extra floors and is bigger than the other 3, but unfortunately I did not manage to ride these lifts. Right, so moving on from the ward support block service lifts, we now head over to the awesome blue lifts, which are some really nice Otis high-speed traction lifts from 1976, and these lifts have got very rare touch-sensitive buttons. Unfortunately, these lifts are not running as well as they used to be. Only 2 out of 4 lifts actually work now. The 2 lifts on the left, which just so happen to be the 2 that I rode in last time, have been decommissioned, and I believe they use the two left-hand lifts as donors for spare parts to keep the other two lifts going. But yeah, anyway, despite this, these are still some really awesome lifts. So let's ride them.
What's this one here? These are the blue lifts at Wellington Hospital. They are 70s Otis Exxon lifts with touch sensitive. Oh, looks like we're stopping. Going up? What floor do you want to go to?
11, please.
Looks like they've fixed the floor indicator.
Yeah.
Here's 11.
Thank you.
Just up to 12 now. Here we are at level 12. Just go back to 3. There's the telephone in there. Got a nice-ish looking interior. I still think these are probably going to be the next lifts to be replaced. There's only 2 out of 4 work, unfortunately. Just go back up to 12. 26 persons or 814 kgs. Here we are back at level 12. Let's send this lift down and we'll try and get the other car. Okay. Down that one goes. It's got green doors out here, as you can see. These have got touch sensitive buttons, which are very rare these days. So here you can see where C1 and C2 are out of action. These have actually been out of action for ages, so yeah, those signs are actually pointless. Yes, the bell works. We've got C4. I think this one will take just one way to level 3. Down we go. But still, though 5, 4 and 3 are still burnt out. Here we are back at 3. There it goes. And that's it.
Right, so now we're going to take the blue lifts up to level 5 and go along and go along the corridor until we get to a T junction, and then turn right and keep following the corridor, and now we're at the white lift, which is located inside the mental health ward. This place is called Te Whare o Matarangi, I think it is. And the lift in here, it's an old Otis lift with pre-Lexan from the late 60s or early 70s, and it's still pretty much original, apart from the fact that it's had a card reader added, but otherwise this lift is still pretty much original, so let's take a ride in it.
This is the white lift. It's in 60s Otis, I think. I think this is a traction. It's got quite an epic sounding motor. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a traction to me. We are up at the 12th floor. Up at the top floor, sorry, not the 12th floor. Let's go back to B. 26 persons or £400. Or £4,000, not 400. Basic and rather interesting green and white cab, I have to say. Back up to 1 again. Just back to B one more time, then we'll get out. So, yeah. It's a fairly basic lift, this one. I think it's from the 60s though, so it's got pre-Lexan, although it could be from the 70s though. But yeah. Here we are back at basement. There it goes. And that's it.
And now into the last building at the hospital, which is the Grace Neal block, and now to the first lift, which is a 70s Otis Lexan hydraulic service lift that just goes between the ground level on level 3 and the basement on level 2. This lift, however, though, is abandoned and has been boarded up for the last few years, so this lift is no longer in use. And now into the Grace Neal block service lifts, which these lifts are some original 70s Otis Lexan traction lifts. Unfortunately though, I did not manage to ride these lifts, but here are some photos though. And now into the last lifts on our tour today, which are the yellow lifts. Now these lifts are 70s Otis lifts, and they were originally modernised by Kone about 10 to 12 years ago now with KDS 300 AUS. However though, the outside call stations on some floors have been replaced with KDS 50, and the inside buttons have been replaced with an unknown fixture line. And this work was most likely done by Schindler, but anyway, these lifts are still quite interesting despite being modernised though, so let's ride them.
V key no longer in use because I'm now using triangle key. These are the yellow lifts at Wellington Hospital. They're 70s Otis lifts which have been modernised by Kone, as you can see. Don't know what these inside buttons are. I think these might be Schindler D series. I don't actually know. But we'll watch the floor indicator going up though. We are at level 13. Here we are at level 13.
Going down. Going down.
It's got quite a nice interior, as you can see. Looks like up there is where the original floor indicator used to be. 1,814 kgs or 26 persons. Yes, non-stop.
Third floor.
Instant door close. Won't let me select the button until after it's arrived at the floor. We are back at level 13.
13th floor. Going down.
So the original Otis door track, as you can see, will watch the floor indicator again going down. Gee, these are very quick.
12th floor.
Going down,
Going down.
just down to 3.
Yes, thank you.
Fifth floor.
Oh, we're stopping again. Going down,
Yep.
down to 3.
That's the main base, isn't it? Yeah. Copy of the 3 o'clock shuttle, so we need to change it to
Gee, that indicator changes quickly.
Third floor.
After you guys. There it goes. And that's it.